Here's a look ahead.
Why can't you just leave Ridge in the past and make room for some new joy?
Who is your friend?
Babe, come on out.
Remy?
I've put you through a lot. What do you say we put our family back together?
Get ready for a week on the bold and the beautiful that will irrevocably shatter foundations, forge dangerous new bonds, and see a long-buried secret explode into the open with the force of a nuclear bomb. The final days of October 2025 promise to be a masterclass in high-stakes drama where loyalties are tested, hearts are broken, and the very future of the Forrester, Logan, and Spencer dynasties hangs in the balance. This is not a week to miss a single moment. Monday, October 27th, the web tightens. The week opens not with a whisper, but with a confrontation that has been simmering for months. Steffi, having meticulously gathered her evidence, stands face-to-face with Sheila in the hallowed halls of Forrester Creations. This is no chance encounter. It's a calculated ambush. Steffi's voice is cold steel as she lays out her case, piece by damning piece. The mysterious financial transfers from Deacon's account that she traced back to a shell corporation, the eyewitness testimony from a terrified nurse at the clinic who saw Sheila the night Sugar allegedly died, and the undeniable forensic analysis of the new fingerprints that confirms they were artificially implanted. Sheila, ever the master manipulator, meets Steffi's accusations with a performance of wounded outrage. She paints Steffi as a vindictive woman, unable to move on, who is so consumed by her past trauma that she's fabricating a grand conspiracy to destroy an innocent woman's happiness. But for the first time, a flicker of genuine fear is visible in Sheila's eyes. Steffi isn't just speculating, she has a trail, and it's leading right to Sheila's doorstep. Meanwhile, across town, Hope finds herself caught in a vortex of conflicting emotions. Her conversation with Finn has left her deeply unsettled. Seeing the doubt in his eyes, hearing the crack in his unwavering faith in Sheila, has awakened something in her. She confides in Liam, who listens with a growing sense of dread. Hope, this is Sheila Carter we're talking about. If Steffi is right, and she's usually right about this woman, then you are standing on a landmine, he pleads with her. But Hope, in a surprising twist, defends her decision to give Deacon and Sheila a chance, arguing that everyone deserves redemption. This ideological chasm between Hope's optimism and Steffi's brutal realism is about to become the central fracture line in the entire saga. Simultaneously, Thomas and Paris are finalizing the breathtaking new Reckoning collection. Their professional chemistry is undeniable, but a shadow looms over them. Thomas can't shake the feeling that Hope is drifting into a dangerous orbit, and his protective instincts are on high alert. He warns Paris to be cautious, that the storm brewing around Sheila is going to engulf everyone they know. Tuesday, October 28th, a desperate gambit. Sheila, reeling from Steffi's direct assault, knows she is running out of time and options. She makes a desperate move, seeking out her one remaining ally, Hope. In a private corner of Il Giardino, Sheila turns on the waterworks, delivering a performance worthy of an Oscar. She confesses to Hope, but not the confession Steffi is waiting for. She admits to being flawed and terrified. She claims that Steffi's vendetta is so powerful it could destroy her fragile new life with Deacon and, by extension, destroy Deacon himself. He's the best thing that's ever happened to me, Hope. I can't lose him. Please, Sheila begs, you have to talk to Steffi. Make her see reason. Shockingly, Hope agrees. This decision sets up one of the most electric confrontations of the week. Hope goes to Steffi's cliffside house, where she finds a fiercely determined Steffi briefing a reluctant Finn on the latest evidence. The scene that unfolds is pure fire. Hope, the voice of compassion, urges Steffi to consider the collateral damage. Steffi, the voice of experience, looks at Hope with a mixture of pity and fury. You're being played, Hope. You're letting your good heart blind you to the monster standing right in front of you, Steffi exclaims. And you're letting your past turn you into someone who can't see the possibility of change. Hope fires back. Finn is trapped in the middle, his heart torn in two. He loves his wife and trusts her instincts, but the woman he once knew as a beacon of light, Hope, is pleading for a sliver of mercy. This triangular showdown ends with no resolution, only a deepening of the trenches. Elsewhere, Brooke, having learned of the confrontation from Ridge, makes her own position painfully clear to Hope. "Darling, I love your capacity for forgiveness, but this is Sheila. Steffi is trying to protect this family. You need to be on the right side of this." The Logan family, for so long a united front, is now visibly divided. Wednesday, October 29th, the unthinkable alliance. With Hope's intervention having failed spectacularly, Sheila realizes she needs a different kind of help. Someone with power, resources, and a shared interest in seeing Steffi's world crumble. There is only one person who fits that description: Bill Spencer. In a stunning scene at Spencer Publications, Sheila walks into Bill's office, unannounced and uninvited. Bill's initial reaction is one of contemptuous dismissal. But Sheila, in a display of chilling audacity, lays out a new, twisted proposal. She acknowledges that Steffi is a threat, not just to her, but to Bill's own fractured dream of a family with Katie and Will. Steffi has Finn and Liam and her children and Forrester. She has it all, and she uses that power to control the narrative. She's the one keeping your family just out of reach, Bill. She represents the status quo that you've always fought against. Sheila proposes a partnership. With his influence and her particular skills, they can dismantle Steffi's credibility and remove her as an obstacle in both their paths. She doesn't ask for his affection or his approval, only his cold, hard calculation. Think about it, Bill. A world where Steffi Forrester is no longer the untouchable queen of Los Angeles. A world where you can finally have everything you want. She leaves him with these poisonous words hanging in the air. And for the first time, Bill Spencer doesn't look disgusted. He looks thoughtful. Back at the mansion, Eric and Donna watch the family turmoil with growing concern. Eric, feeling his mortality more than ever, gives Ridge a solemn directive. "This family is fracturing. You are the head of this family now. It is your job to hold it together, no matter what." The weight of this responsibility settles heavily on Ridge's shoulders. Thursday, October 30th, the point of no return. The tension reaches a fever pitch as Steffi decides it's time to go public. She can no longer wait for Finn to be fully on board or for Hope to see the light. She gathers Ridge, Brooke, Taylor, Carter, and Katie in the Forrester main office and presents her entire dossier on Sheila. The room is silent as she walks them through the financial records, the forensic report, and the witness statement. The evidence is compelling, painting a picture of an elaborate, premeditated fraud. Brooke is horrified, Taylor is vindicated, and Ridge's face is a mask of thunderous rage. She did it again. She fooled us all. She fooled Deacon. She fooled Hope, and she almost fooled my grandson-in-law, he growls. A plan is swiftly formulated. They will present this evidence to the LAPD first thing in the morning. They will also confront Deacon and Hope together as a united front to force them to see the truth. But secrets have a way of leaking in Los Angeles. Before the family can act, Deacon gets a frantic, cryptic call from a source at the police department. He learns that a case is being built against Sheila, with Steffi Forrester as the chief architect. Panicked, Deacon confronts Sheila, who immediately slips into her victim persona, claiming Steffi is using her wealth and influence to frame her. "She's bought people off, Deacon. She's creating evidence. I have nowhere to turn." Deacon, his love for Sheila clouding his judgment, makes a fateful decision. In a moment of sheer desperation, he does not throw her out. Instead, he tells her, "We'll figure this out. Together." In choosing to stand by her, Deacon has unwittingly stepped onto the wrong side of the coming war, setting up a heartbreaking collision with his own daughter. Halloween in Los Angeles brings a storm, both meteorological and emotional. The day begins with a tense, prearranged meeting at the Forrester mansion. Ridge, Brooke, Steffi, and Finn are there to meet Deacon and Hope. The atmosphere is funereal. Ridge does the talking, his voice low and grave as he lays out the evidence for Deacon and Hope. Hope looks on in stunned disbelief, while Deacon's face grows paler with each passing second. Just as Deacon is about to erupt in denial, Sheila appears at the door. She wasn't invited. Dressed in a deceptively simple outfit, she looks like a lamb walking into a lion's den. Steffi stands, her posture defiant. You have nothing left to say. It's over. But Sheila isn't there to plead. She's there to launch a counteroffensive. And she doesn't come alone. The door opens again, and in walks Bill Spencer, dressed in an impeccably tailored suit, his expression unreadable. The room falls into a stunned silence. His presence alone is a declaration of war. Bill, what is the meaning of this? Ridge demands, his voice dripping with menace. Bill calmly surveys the room, his eyes lingering on Steffi. I'm here because I believe in fair play. It seems to me that you're all engaging in a witch hunt, based on circumstantial evidence that wouldn't hold up in any real court. He then reveals that he has retained the top legal team in California for Sheila and has his own PIS reinvestigating the so-called evidence, implying that Steffi may have tampered with it. This is the ultimate betrayal. The Forrester and Spencer families have clashed for decades, but Bill aligning with Sheila is an unholy alliance that crosses every conceivable line. The shouting match that ensues is chaotic, with accusations flying. In the midst of the chaos, Finn watches the scene unfold, his gaze fixed on Sheila. He sees the barely concealed triumph in her eyes as Bill speaks. He sees the way she subtly moves to stand behind Bill, using him as a human shield. And in that moment, the last vestiges of his doubt evaporate. Steffi was right. Always. As the storm rages outside, Finn walks over to his wife and takes her hand. He looks at Sheila and then at Bill, his voice cutting through the noise, quiet but absolute. It's over, Sheila. We know what you did, and we will prove it. The week ends with the family shattered, alliances broken, and a new, terrifying axis of power formed in Bill and Sheila. Steffi and Finn stand united, but they are now facing their most formidable enemy yet, an enemy armed with limitless resources and a heart of pure darkness. The masks have come off this Halloween, revealing the terrifying truths that lie beneath, and the battle for Los Angeles has just begun. The Bold and the Beautiful, B&B, spoilers hint that Luna Nozawa, Lisa Yamada, may ask John Finnegan, Tanner Novlin, to raise her baby. Will Luna turn against the Spencers when her twisted plans fail and shift gears with a new goal instead? After Luna targeted Will Spencer, Crew Morrow, and got pregnant with his unborn child, she became convinced this little one would be her get-out-of-jail-free card. Of course, B&B fans will recall that Luna got a rude awakening when Elector Forrester, Linnea Grace, called the cops on her. Will and Bill Spencer, Don Diamant, did nothing to intervene, so Luna was hauled off to prison once again. Now Luna has been pretending she's in danger thanks to the other inmates, when she actually just convinced her cellmate to beat her up for the second time. It's simply the latest scheme on the list for Luna, who's clinging to hope that she can score her freedom and eventually make Will love her. However, Will has been adamant that he only cares about the baby. Likewise, Bill has promised that Luna's going to lose custody and will have no contact with this child once he or she is born. Even Katie Logan, Heather Tom, suggested they could raise the baby without the kid ever knowing Luna was his or her father. If Luna ultimately realizes her plans aren't going to pan out, she may focus on a new strategy. If Luna can't raise this baby as a free woman and become Mrs. Will Spencer, she may turn against the Spencer clan altogether. Luna might start thinking about other options that would keep the baby away from the Spencers, which could lead to her summoning Finn with a special request. What if Luna puts Finn on the spot by asking him to raise her baby instead? Finn is already raising young children, so Luna might want her dad to step up for her and be there for his grandchild as well. That doesn't mean Finn would go along with the idea, especially since Steffi Forrester Finnegan, Jacqueline McInnes would flip out and probably deliver a firm NO on that. Even so, Luna could try to sell Finn on the notion that her baby would be better off growing up away from the entitled, cruel Spencers, at least once things don't work out the way she hoped. Luna might push Finn to fight for custody, with her full approval in the end. Whatever the case, the Bold and the Beautiful spoilers say Luna's storyline may get even messier, So stay tuned for updates on any other surprising news and complications. The Bold and the Beautiful, BNB. Spoilers indicate that an executive producer shakeup has been revealed. So let's talk about this big change and what it means for BNB. Things are shifting behind the scenes thanks to the promotion of someone who's quite familiar to many fans. According to Deadline, Casey Kaspersick has a new title at the CBS soap. The now former supervising producer will be joining Bradley Bell as an executive producer. Bell will keep his own executive producer title along with his head writing job, but he'll have some assistance from Kaspersick as they share executive producer duties moving forward. This is a huge deal when you consider it's the first time someone outside the Bell family has scored this position. In an email that Bradley Bell sent out to the cast and crew, he acknowledged Casey Kaspersick's major contributions to the show over the years. Once he started at the front desk 22 years ago, Kaspersick worked his way up in the decades that followed. After getting the associate producer gig in 2008, Kaspersick landed in the supervising producer role back in 2014. Of course, plenty of fans know Kaspersick from his bold live chats and interviews with popular BNB stars on YouTube. Kaspersick has also played a crucial role in the international location shoots that viewers have grown to love. It's clear that Kaspersick deserves this promotion, so it's good that he's getting the recognition he deserves. Casey's commitment and dedication to the Bold and the Beautiful has been extraordinary, Bell said as he spread the good news. Casey's creative accomplishments.